This week in careers, don't try this move at home and find out how to color yourself successful. Welcome to This Week in Careers, where we're trying to save America one job at a time. I'm your host, Lisa Johnson Mandel, author of Career Comeback, Repackage Yourself to Get the Job You Want, and lead career blogger at AOL. Speaking of AOL, I've got a fun new feature that I'm doing every day. It's called Stupid Employee Tricks. And we have been getting such great traffic on this, and so many people have been interested in commenting and making fun comments, and it's been amusing so many people that I've decided to share it with you on This Week in Careers. I'm going to pick one each week, and it's going to be this week's weakest career move. That's where we are right now, yes. This week's weakest career move. So this week it comes from a nurse. The weak career move was made by a nurse in Minnesota. This woman, oh boy, there she is. A man was coming in to have a procedure to remove kidney stones. Those of you who have had them know how painful they can be. I've never had one, but I've heard they are just absolutely awful. The doctor told him, everything's okay, we're going to give you 500 micrograms of fentanyl and you'll just be out like a light. Well, right before the operation, that nurse comes up to him and says, guess what? We're not going to give you that much anesthesia. You're going to have to man up and just take the pain like a real manly man. So what does she do with the anesthesia? She gives herself 350 micrograms of it. She gives him 150. So during the operation, he is writhing and screaming and crying on the table, and she's feeling good, slurring her words, falling asleep, being just generally inattentive. Okay? Now, afterwards, of course, everyone noticed that she was having problems, so they searched her scrubs and found 2 spent hypodermic needles. Asked her, okay, we're going to give you a drug test right now, and she says, no, thank you, I'll just resign right now. Well, resigning was probably a good career move for her, but the entire incident was not. I think she'll never work in that town again. I think she'll never work anywhere again. I seriously hope she doesn't, as does the patient whom she tortured for this. Okay. Stupid employee trick of the day, definitely. Now, moving right along to the next segment, we're going to do our question of the week, which comes from my husband, from my dear husband, who is just getting over a nasty bout of the flu. His question is, why don't people just stay home when they're sick to avoid spreading their germs? And my question to him is, honey pie, what are you doing getting close enough to people at work that you could catch their germs? Just kidding. I trust him completely. He makes a good point. The thing that you should do is stay home if you've got a cold or if you're sick. But a lot of people these days do not dare to do that because, my gosh, they're afraid of losing their jobs. They don't want to be out sick. Who knows? When they come back, they might be replaced. It's illegal, but it happens. Jobs are precious. People want to work through it no matter what. So I have some ideas for you. You are probably going to be working around people who are sick and contagious. And I have some ideas for you. I did an article on this on AOL this week, too, on ways to avoid getting sick at work, things to avoid. Okay, number 1. Stay away from the little treat dishes. You know how some of your colleagues have little treat bowls on the table and they're filled with pretzels or nuts or Hershey's Kisses or M&Ms or something like that, or jelly beans? Stay away from those. Do not eat them. Do not put anything in your mouth that might have touched someone else's fingers. Okay. Another thing is keep a little bottle of hand sanitizer either in your purse or in your desk drawer, in your pocket if you're a guy, and use it all the time. Use it frequently. That really does work. That really is going to help you. Also, don't directly touch used tissues or paper towels because you don't know where they've been. Even if, like, I'm always tempted to pick up a tissue that's by the trash can and just throw it in the trash can. Or like when I'm in the bathroom, I always like mop up the sinks and throw everything in there in the trash can. I'm just a habitual cleaner. I can't help it. Bad idea. What you should do, if you can't keep yourself from touching those things, take another paper towel or another tissue and shield your hand with that and then drop it in the trash can that way. So another thing that you want to do is keep sanitizing wipes with you all the time and use them like if you use any office equipment that somebody else uses, wipe it down before you use it, like a computer keyboard, a telephone. Oh my gosh, telephones spread so many germs. All sorts of different equipment, even the copy machine, any buttons, whatever, wipe them down before you use them. Then another thing is your coffee mug. If you keep a coffee mug at work, your own, and you keep it in the kitchen, you need to wash it before you use it and after you use it, both before and after, because you never know if somebody came around while you were gone, picked it up, took a drink out of it, and put it back, and those germs could still be there. Okay, another one, don't touch doorknobs or door handles. That's one way to get sick. Yes, I wouldn't advise opening a door using that method, but I would advise if the door is a push door, don't push it with your hand, push it with your forearm. I always do that. I have a friend who always opens doors way up above them. You know, he reaches up above where people normally touch them, and he either pushes them up there or he pulls them up there if he possibly can, so that he avoids using them right in front of him where everybody else has put their hands. So anyway, try not to touch the doorknob with your hand, with your fingers, if it's at all possible. Or even you can do it this way. You can push it open this way with your wrist too, with the back of your wrist if you want. Another thing, a lot of germs get spread shaking hands with people. But sometimes you feel like it's really rude to not shake hands with people. So this is a really good trick I used on film junkets. When celebrities don't want to shake people's hands, they tell them, look, I'm sorry, I would love to shake your hand, but I'm just getting over a cold and I don't want you to catch anything. So technically they're really worried about you, about catching something from you, but they take it on themselves, and so it makes you feel 100% better. So I learned that trick, and that's what I always do. Oh, sorry, I'm not shaking hands today because I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you from getting what I just got over. So that kind of thing works pretty well. The old, it's not you, it's me type of thing. And also, when you're in an office, avoid looking over someone's shoulder at a computer screen or something they're working on at their desk. You know, so many times we do that. We're looking at something on somebody else's screen and we put our faces right up next to them. Okay, bad idea. If you have to share a computer screen with somebody, sit down in a chair next to them and move over as far as you possibly can. They'll understand and they'll be grateful. But then if that doesn't work, have them, and you're really worried about it, have them email you or just send whatever they're working on to your computer screen, and then you guys can talk about it over the phone, which you've just sanitized before you, when you do it, so you don't have to put your face right up to them. And the most important tip of all is just stay home. If you're feeling contagious, yes, get in bed, curl up with a good book. You know, your boss will actually thank you for it if it's legitimate, if you're not just playing hooky. Okay, next segment, job of the week. Okay, this is a good one. I'm talking about 60,000 jobs of the week today. Home Depot is hiring. Now, this is their busiest season, so for them it's like Christmas time. And they are hiring 60,000 people all over the country. A lot of them are going to be temp, a lot of them are going to be part-time, a lot of them are going to be weekend work. But who cares? It's a foot in the door. And I know some people scoff at working at Home Depot. I love Home Depot, especially the garden department. I've always thought if I had to have another fill-in job, if I wasn't fortunate enough to be working in a job that I really love, boy, working in the garden department at Home Depot, there are a lot worse places to work. People are generally in a good mood when they're in the garden department. And whatever your specialty is, it's a good way to get your foot in the door. They move you up in management positions very quickly. It's a giant nationwide company. They have fabulous benefits. So if you can get your foot in the door in one of these 60,000 seasonal hirings, who knows? The savvy people will be in there full time. It could be really, really great. So also, okay, if there's not a Home Depot in your backyard, maybe there's a Lowe's. Not to be outdone by Home Depot, they're hiring 50,000 people. So my advice to you is to go on the website, you can apply for the job on their website. But my advice to you is to go on on the website for Home Depot, do your research, check out everything about the company, download an application, fill it out, and then run that application down there on purpose. Don't just hit the send button and expect them to call you. They may not, but it's always better to show up in person. You're always going to leave a better impression, and they'll always think they'd rather have the person that took the initiative to go down there and actually talk to them. So, like I said, do your research online, fill it out, and then you can go ahead and run down there, and you'll be 100% prepared. So, now, time for our interview. We have Jill Kirsh, who is a professional color specialist. She's going to tell us about how to look your best at work and how your colors influence and affect your work and the work of people around you. So we have a little video that'll be real interesting to introduce Jill, and you can get a load of Jill in action.
Jill Kirsh Color is a makeover system I've put together for wardrobe and makeup that's all based around a person's hair color. The thing is, people don't know that they can really wear most every color. It just depends on the right hue of that color. So what we're going to do with Viviana is I'm going to drape her in some color. So I'm going to do like basically a one-on-one consultation with her and see that how she can wear every color, but the right shade that's really going to bring out her coloring. All of these colors fall into this palette of color. And these are the colors that are great for like golden brown and redheads. Every single shade of these colors work. And the thing that's so cool about this, once you know, is every shade in here can mix and match with each other. Wow. So not only is color important for your clothes, it's really important for your makeup. Oh. For the lips, for the cheeks, for the eyes. So the ideal scene is what you're wearing, okay, is bringing the focus to your face and bringing out your hair. Mm-hmm. And so to do this, you want to be hooked up with the right shades of color for makeup. You want to have everything that's synced.
So ideally, then, these colors should complement anything I'm wearing if I stay within the Jill Kirsh color palette.
Exactly.
Well, Jill, I have so much information now. I cannot wait to put it into practice. I'm getting in that dressing room, and I'm coming out a new woman.
Yes.
Welcome to Jill Kirsh of Jill Kirsh Color. We have her here in the studio with us, and she is going to show us, you know, a lot of people think that color is a girly girl thing, that it only affects men, that it's only, that it's only important for girls, and that it doesn't affect men. But whether you're going to a job interview or whether you want a promotion or whatever, the color can make a huge difference. So we're starting out with Matt here, and Jill is going to show us what colors work best for Matt.
Well, basically everyone can wear every color. It just depends on the right hue for you. So we're going to find a good green, because green is where we're going to start. Okay, so here's a shade of green that's more of an olivey green. And if we could get in closer on Matt, that would be really cool. Now look at the difference between that.
Wow,
Okay.
There's a huge difference. Explain, why is that?
Okay, well, first of all, Matt is a deep brunette, okay? His hair is really dark, dark brown, and this is a really clear, true green. So it works really well against the dark brunette. Oh, that's fabulous, guys. Thank you. Now look at the difference if you put him in a different shade of green.
That kind of makes him look a little sick.
He melts into the color.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A little
exactly.
seasick or something.
Yeah, like if someone doesn't, want to go to work and they want to come in and which we're not about, but look at the difference. You see? So much brighter and more alive and there and vivid and present, right? Versus that.
So you would suggest him wearing like that color of green t-shirt, bright color of green t-shirt
This is even for like a stripe and a tie. Do you know what I mean?
Excellent.
This is like everything that's going to work for him, and he can wear every single color. In fact, would you like me to show you?
Sure,
all of his colors? Okay, so these are all of Matt's colors, which means we're not asking him to buy a suit like this, but every single shade in here works for him. So for him,
even pink.
Good business colors, good interview colors. The black, for sure, is great for him, charcoal gray, navy blue, and then you pull in like either the white, because everyone can wear white, but different shades of white. You could do a dusty, like a pink color shirt. You could do the icy blue, and then you can just play with a little bit of color in the tie. You know, we're not saying go out and buy like an orange tie, because when you go into a job interview, you want it to be about you and not about the tie.
Or maybe one of those colors as an Oxford shirt, right? If you're
Totally,
working
that's
for a
with the
less
suit.
formal place.
Exactly, exactly. Every single shade. See, that's a great green on you. Do you ever wear green?
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's really good, really good. All of these colors, the royal blue, very clear, true, vivid colors.
So excellent. That's great. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you,
That was
Matt.
really good.
Thank you.
Again, it's really important for guys to wear the right color, and a lot of times they don't even think about it. They just pull out a t-shirt, or they just go back to basic black because it's what they always wear, and they don't realize that color could be affecting them.
Well, I'll tell you something. If a gal tells you in junior high school that you look good in blue because of your dreamy blue eyes, I will tell you every shirt a guy has is blue.
Really?
Truly, truly. But when they find the right shade of blue, it makes a total difference. Okay.
And now for the ladies.
Right, and this is a redhead, someone with like the reddish tones in her hair, the warm coloring, very different than Matt. Okay, now look at the difference between that. Here's a shade of purple. That's more of like an orchid kind of color. This, what I'm going to put up, is like an aubergine, like an eggplant. Love that. I can see you going into a job interview with a suit
that
in
really
this kind of a
pops.
color.
Yeah,
Do you see that?
that's
now look
vivid.
at the difference between that presentation, because the truth is, from my viewpoint, as soon as you walk in the door, the interview begins. So you want to have, you know, your best foot forward. Now look at the difference. You see that? It's very muddy.
Wow.
It's very distracting. Whereas
Yeah,
here,
yeah, you don't see this.
there
you
you
see
are.
her eyes.
Do you
a
see the
lot.
difference?
Yeah, you really see her
Fabulous.
face
Do you
instead
ever
of
wear
looking
that?
at the.
I do have a couple outfits in this color.
great color on you, great with the hair. It's fabulous versus that. And then when you know what your colors are, you can just play and pull together different shades in accessories. For the guy, it's the tie. For the gal, it can be a scarf.
Oh, look at how fun that looks.
You see? So everything
those,
works
and those
all
are not
together.
colors I would think of putting together, but they really complement each other nicely and
Yeah.
complement Andrea.
Because these are all of Andrea's colors, which is totally
Oh
the
my
opposite of that.
gosh,
Isn't that
yeah.
fabulous?
Yeah.
Oh, you look great. Your earrings are rocking it. Perfect.
yeah.
Now, I want to just show you. Can you hold that up for me for a
Yeah.
second? Look at the difference between that. Okay, now watch. These were the colors that were so good on Matt. Look at the difference on her.
Wow.
You can't find her.
No,
you know?
they
So you go into a
completely
job
take it-
interview, it's
yeah.
all about your outfit. Whereas here,
Really?
she's totally
Oh my gosh.
enhanced. And everything is all pulled together and in sync, whereas here it was very fragmented, whereas on me, these are my colors.
Yep.
Okay? They're really
Look at
true,
that.
clear
Wow.
colors.
That's amazing.
So it's just so cool.
now, one thing I've always been
That's
told,
beautiful
I
on
noticed
you.
she has some red there. I've always been
Yes.
told redheads shouldn't wear red.
Wrong.
But apparently that's not
Wrong.
correct.
Totally wrong. You want to wear the right shade of red. Like with Andrea, you'd wear like more of an orangey red. Okay, where someone else, like with Matt, it would be a bluer red.
Right, right.
So again, it's the thing that everyone can wear every color. It just depends on the right shade of that color. So like here is what Andrea could get that has every single shade of all of her colors, right? And you go shopping. You take it to the store and you go and you match up the clothes. And so everything works together and everything works on you.
And I have to say, I have one of those little books, and I take it shopping with me all the time. I even hold it up when I'm ordering something online. I hold it up to the monitor.
Yeah, yeah.
sure
Because
it's
the thing
right
that's so
color.
funny is that not only does you look incredible in these colors.
She really does. Of course, she looks
but-
incredible in anything.
I know,
but
I know. But every single shade in here can mix and match with each other. So a guy buys a jacket, you can do like 3 or 4 shirts, mix and match the ties. You see, because there's a whole theme of color going
right,
on.
right. Now, Andrea, you said that, oh no, she's going to put me in green. I hope she doesn't put me in green. 'Cause you
No,
don't like to wear green.
I actually love wearing green, and my problem is I do green screen work here at the studio, and I don't get to wear green, so I have to find other colors to wear. So this is really helpful.
Yeah, this is gorgeous on you, and you have a lot of really good greens in here.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
Excellent.
Earrings are perfect. Like, perfect. Great.
She knows about colors. Thanks, Andrea.
Thanks so much. Beautiful.
That was great. What a good example. I think people don't realize what an emotional effect the right color has on you, because I know that when I put on something that I'm not sure about the color, you know, I look in the mirror, I don't like the way I look, and I just don't feel as good. I don't feel like I'm on my game. Now, the sweater that I'm wearing, I really like, but it's pinker in person. On this monitor, I'm noticing it's kind of washed out.
Yes.
So
I agree.
What would look better on me?
Well, why don't you hold this up to your face? I mean,
Okay.
this is like gorgeous, like a turquoise with your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Lisa, that's so fabulous.
What a
on you.
difference.
Look at it now. Take it down just to show the difference. You see, so now you walk into a job interview, right, and you have something like that. Even if it's just the shirt, you know, with the jacket. That's fabulous on you, and it pops your eyes. And then again, you can take, you know, accessories once you know all the right colors and throw them up to your face. Which
Okay,
you
just
can find
to
right
just
here,
to
like something like that.
to show you the difference. This is what color I wore when I interviewed for this job.
You're kidding?
No, this is the color that I
Wow.
wore, and this is
And here we are.
Here we are. Okay, now here's something with some. Oh my goodness, look at that! How fun is that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing where the guys can play with the ties and the gals can play with the scarves.
with
and
the scarves.
And see, these are all your colors. So why don't you hold those up? Those
Okay.
are gorgeous on you.
These are blonde colors.
Yes.
Wow.
Gorgeous. So
Oh
see,
my
for
gosh.
you, for a neutral, if you were going for a job interview, the camels, right, the medium tone browns, instead of the pale gray, you know, the taupey browns. That's fabulous. You look great.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
This is. It makes such a difference, and it makes a difference in the way you feel. When you feel like you look good, you do look good, and you just perform better. Now, you know, everybody said, "Oh, I've had my colors done," and they had them done in the '80s when the
Right.
spring and summer and
You're right,
fall were
right.
big.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that was back in the day. Okay, we throw all that stuff out the window.
Right.
What that stuff is no longer relevant. You have a different way of helping people find out which colors are best for them. So maybe you could explain that to us.
Okay, cool. So let me just show you. My whole system is totally hair driven, hair color driven. For the guys, for the gals, your hair is what's framing the eyes, it's framing the picture, so you want to pull it together. So if someone is gray hair, or like a whiter and ashy blonde, and they're wearing all of these colors, everything pulls together. If someone is like our lovely model Andrea with the warm red tones in her hair, and they're wearing these colors, it's great.
So you can see how good those, you know.
Yeah, because when you reverse them,
Wow.
not so much. Do you see what I mean?
Wow, yeah.
This immediately looks older. You know, this looks really red and brassy. Here, it all starts working together.
It works warm and rich.
And
looks
then
nice.
even over here, if someone says, well, I'm blonde, I have sandy blonde hair or something, this is a yellow or blonde, and it's not as good. Whereas here, for a gray and ash blonde, it works better. But like with your coloring, Lisa, with the warm blonde, when you put that up there, see, that all works together.
Oh my gosh, yeah, look at that.
Right? And then
Huge
here
difference.
is for the deep brunette, that all works together, which is somewhere on the floor.
We lost the toupee.
Oh, God, I know. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here
there
we
we
go.
go. Okay.
There we go. See, now
my
this
gosh.
is like our model Matt. So Matt and I are the deep brunette, the dark brown or the black hair. This is more like you, the warm blonde, because when you reverse these, see, it's so, this looks like a bad dye job.
It really
This is so,
does.
and the other thing is it's so fragmented. See how this like stands out? It doesn't flow as well, whereas here, immediately, it's in sync, it's in harmony. So the idea for me is when someone walks in for a job interview, the person they're interviewing with, the attention is drawn from what they're wearing to the face to the hair. So everything, the arrows are pointing up, you're very present, you come in, you're confident, you know what, like how to put it all together, and then your attention can go off of like that. Did I do the right thing? Did I do blah, blah, and it can go out to the person that you're talking to.
Right, you don't have to be paying attention to, you know, oh, is he looking at my
Exactly.
shirt? Is you know,
Exactly.
I wonder if I wear a red
Exactly.
color tie, or
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you can pay attention to the subject at hand.
Exactly.
Which is getting you a job.
Big time.
Or
Big time.
even, I mean, this even works when you're going in for a promotion, when you're talking to your boss about a promotion or a raise or anything. You walk in feeling confident and color and healthy.
Healthy and vibrant and alive and bright and younger. You know what I mean? Like just more alive.
Fresh.
You know, very fresh. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Now, I know that you've helped some people with their colors, and they've actually had some professional success because of what you've done. right?
Unbelievable. I mean, I got a call from a big hotel out here, and they were having some trouble with one of their people who were on their front lines in their actual PR department. And she was doing a fabulous job. This is really interesting. But visually, she wasn't representing the company's image.
right? Well, we did this whole makeover session with her and like the whole staff, actually. I went up and worked with them. And not only did the company get great feedback on the people, but the people felt so much better about themselves. They thought it was fun, they thought it was great, and they got the swatches, right, and they could do it for themselves every day. So then I get the emails like, I feel so good, I'm so happy, you know, my boss thinks I look great, I can't believe, never thought the color had such impact.
You had a really good story, too, that you told me once about an actor, a male actor, who was going to auditions, and he changed what he wore because of how you helped him.
Oh,
and
all
it made
the
a
time.
huge difference in him getting roles.
All the time. Yeah, I had an actor who saw me somewhere, and he booked a session, and he opened the door, and he's this great-looking guy, and everything he was wearing was wrong, right? So we did the whole thing. He shot his new headshots in all the new colors, and sends me an email that he's booking more jobs, he's getting out more, and now he knows how to do it on his own. You know, and what I've done with this whole system is kind of give it away online on the website, right? You don't need to have me there necessarily, you know, and there are before and after pictures of every hair color hooked up with the swatches for that specific hair color.
And that website is very cool, too, because I can go on there and you have lots of examples of people with the different hair colors.
Right.
And then you have their whole color palette right up there on the website.
Exactly.
So they can see.
Exactly.
Cool videos on it
Yeah,
and
it's
things like
fun.
that, which is nice. And if you want to go a step further, I mean, you know, you're not here to you know, you're very good about not saying buy this product.
No, not
but
at
you
all.
do have full makeup palettes, and you
the
can
gals,
purchase these if you decide
I mean,
to do that.
and yeah, these are the swatch books, and people don't leave home without them. You take it to the store, and the thing that's so cool with this is you can shop at Target or get sharp at Neiman's. You know, it doesn't matter. When you have the right colors, you can put together an incredible interview outfit for a very, very great price.
Because if it's the right color, it looks expensive, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
So, now, you know, there's a real science to this, and where we see it a lot is in politicians and in newscasters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really important to them what they wear and what they, you know, there's a whole side. I mean, they have whole teams doing that. I obviously don't have a stylist because I wouldn't be wearing this lame pink sweater if I did. But we have some photos of some famous people.
Ah, great, okay.
And we're going to show those, and I would love it if you would tell us what colors they should be wearing and how they should be wearing them.
Okay.
Okay? Got these? We got some photos up there. Ha-ha, the president. Is that red right for him?
It's a tad orangey, okay? It would be better if it was the really clear true red. The charcoal gray is great. It looks like a charcoaly navy kind of color. The ice blue Oxford is great. But when I look at this picture, like immediately, see that tie is picking up that orange in the background, right? And so my attention is drawn right to the tie instead of his face. Now,
so what color tie should Barack Obama wear most
if
of the
he was
time?
going to do red, it would be like a bluer red. He can wear, again, the clear colors. You know, he's great in, like, you ever see him in a tux with the black and the stark white is fabulous. Fabulous. The blues, more the navy blue, you know, like an ice blue, but especially what I call the guy ties. They're either the burgundy colors or the red, you know, the orangey colors. And he shouldn't do the orangey, not so much.
Okay, great. Now, we have some more celebrity photos up there. Let's see, do we have... there we go. Jon Stewart. He's got the darker red on. Is that good?
Very good.
What
Very
other
good.
colors could he
Because
wear?
he has that, you know, that salt and pepper thing going on, which is really fabulous on a guy. And it's actually great because he's sitting in front of the flag, which are totally his colors.
Oh,
you know,
that's great.
Just another good point, if people are doing a photo for a business card or for a resume and you're doing color, you really want to incorporate this into your background.
Ah, into the background.
Exactly.
I hadn't thought about paying attention to the background.
Absolutely, because like someone you showed me, like Jon Stewart, wouldn't want to stand in front of like a beigey, camel-y kind of background because it's going to like really yellow him out.
Okay, I think we have a picture of Katie Couric here. Let's see. Oh man, to me that's just too black. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Yeah, and also I would put her in gold, in jewelry, instead of the silver, because it's going to warm up the hair. And Katie is in the same palette as our model that we just had, Andrea.
Andrea, yeah.
Which is like a lot of the earth tones, the teal blues. There we go. Like these kind of colors would be fabulous on her. This whole range of color, like a lot of the teals. And when she wears these colors, this top palette right here, she knocks it out of the ballpark. She's incredible because her hair is very warm, right? All the tones in her hair are warm, and then she can take these kind of colors, you see, up around the face.
But, and sometimes Katie kind of changes it up. She changes her hair color a little bit. Would she have to get a whole new...
No, because what she does is she just does more highlights, more lowlights, but she still stays within the warm palette, and that's a really good question. These are your colors based on your hair color, right? If you do a drastic change, meaning with those hair pieces, I think you have them over there, if someone went from being an auburny kind of brownish with a little red or gold highlights or something like that, and then they said, I'm not coloring my hair anymore, I'm going to go gray.
We're throwing colors and hair around here.
Anyway, yeah, then if you do a drastic hair change, because this is ideal and this is ideal here, but then when you do this, it's not as ideal.
So Lady Gaga has to have like 4 different color palette wardrobes.
Listen, I work with gals, some of the celebs who work with wigs, or they change their hair color or do a wig for a role, and to pull it all together, they do the right makeup colors and the right clothing colors.
Okay, we have one more photo of one more celebrity, someone who we all know is Brian Williams.
Okay.
Is that blue right for him? It's kind of bold. It's not, but look at his eyes.
I know, but if he was wearing more of a teal blue, like this, like a teal, like a greener blue, it would be even better. See, the thing is, what I was saying with the guys with the blue eyes, right? No blue is going to look bad on him, but I have to tell you, Lisa, when you see the right blue, it's not even a question.
Totally changes it.
Yeah, it does. And especially because I've worked with some of the anchors, right? And they're shot waist up, and so you really want to have it all working for you, so like, again, the interview's not about the tie, or, you're watching them on camera and you're distracted by something. Here, it's like how everything is in sync.
You've worked with a lot of the anchors in LA, too.
I have.
So, yeah, when you see them on television, if you're watching in LA, you've probably seen Jill's handiwork there. And speaking of seeing your handiwork, we can find it on your website.
Yes.
And your website is jillkirschcolor.com. And there we have it. So you can see she has the colors, the palettes, and everything. There is your website right there. And that's Jill Kirsh, Kirsh.
Yes.
A lot of people want to put a C
They
in there.
so want to put a C. No, it's
wrong.
jillkirschcolor.com. And if you guys have any questions or whatever, you can always contact me through the website.
And it's fun, too, because you actually get back to people. I know
I
that
do.
you're very good about that. You will call them. That's how we got in touch in the first place.
What's so interesting is I love doing that, and I think people should do that. And as far as what you talk about with jobs and all that kind of stuff, I mean, people throw out things and then you don't get a communication back, and it's like,
It happens so often to us.
It's horrible. So it's kind of like, it's manners and it's being responsible. And it's a good thing when you're looking for a job or sending a response, after the interview. I'm sure you've covered that.
Exactly. Feedback,
Yes,
follow up, response, and everything. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to give you a verbal thank you right now, and later I'll send you an email to say thank you for coming on the show.
It's a blast.
Really
It was great.
appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. I learn something new every time. Every week I learn something new on This Week in Careers. We hope you do too. Thank you for watching. You can come back, watch us anytime next week. Catch us online, on YouTube, on iTunes, on thisweekend.com, even on my own website, lisajohnsonmandel.com. I always post these up there, so you can find it there. And so, until next week, I'm Lisa Johnson Mandel, trying to save America one job at a time.